guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sheila. As you all know, we are in the festive season and we would want to gift our loved ones some special items made by us, and this is the perfect timing for different gifts. So for today's project, I'm going to be showing you how to make this super easy scarf. It can be used as a head wrap. It can be styled in so many ways, but it's that project that can be made by a beginner and it's not intimidating at all. So if you would want to know how to make this super cute scarf, then here is the right place to be. So for the materials, you'll need a pair of scissors, a chunky yarn. I'm using a 3-ply chunky yarn, a tapestry needle, a measuring tape, and for the hook, I'm going to be using an 8mm crochet hook, which is an L hook. And yeah, as I mentioned, this scarf can be styled in so many different ways, so that's why I've brought for you this project. And so let's get started. So you're going to grab your yarn and you're going to make a chain of 120 or whatever length that you want your scarf to be. So mine is 120. So start with a slip knot and start chaining, just a simple chain, and make sure this chain is not very tight, because we want to achieve a loose tension. So I'm going to make my chain of 120. So I have my chain of 120 and it measures about 70 inches, and that's how long I want my scarf to be. So we're going to start off with row 1. And for row 1, you're going to just go into the second chain from the hook. So this doesn't count as a stitch. So the second chain from the hook is this one, but we are going to be going into the back bump and placing a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook in the back bump, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook and pull through all. Yarn over and pull through all. So that's a half double crochet. Let's do that again. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook in the back bump, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all. So we're going to repeat this all the way across, working 1 half double crochet in the back bump of each and every chain. So let me go ahead and do my row 1, and I'll meet you guys back when we are going to do row 2. So this is how the front side, the upper side of the stitches look like, and this is how the lower side looks like. It looks like stitches because we are working in the back bump. So go ahead and do this all the way across your work. So right now I'm done with my very first row, and this is how it looks like. So we're going to do row 2, and for row 2 you're going to chain up 1 and turn your work to the opposite direction. And now we're going to start working row 2, and we're going to yarn over. We're still going to do half double crochets, but we're going into the back loop only. So this is how your stitches look like at the top, and you'll just go into the back loop only and do a half double crochet, and continue to do this all the way across. So don't forget, half double crochet, back loop only. So we're going to do this all the way across, and I'll meet you guys back when we are done with row 2. So at this point we are done with row 2, and for row 3 it's going to be a repeat of row 2. So the same exact thing that you did for row 2. So chain 1 and we are going to do that for the beginning of each and every row. Turn your work to the opposite direction and then start working half double crochets, back loop only. So we are just repeating what we did for row 2 onto row 3, and we are going to go ahead and do this same exact thing for a certain number of rows until you get the thickness of the scarf that you want. So for me, I wanted a total of 20 rows, so I'm going to go ahead and do a total of 20 rows for my scarf. This is row 3, so repeat this exact row until you have a total of 20 rows if you want the same scarf as mine. If you want something thicker, you can do more rows. If you want something thinner, then you can do less rows. So let me go ahead and keep working until I get my 20 rows, and then I'll show you how my scarf will look like. So this is my scarf at the end of row 20, and you can see it has a stretch to it. It's very stretchy and it's very soft. This is because we used a bigger hook to achieve a loose tension. So I have a total of 70 inches long, and then for the thickness I have about 12 inches wide without the stretch, and with the stretch I have about 20 inches when it's stretched out. So the total length is 70 inches. So after doing my very last half double crochet here, I just chained one and cut my yarn, and now we are going to be attaching tassels at the very end of our work. This is totally optional. If you would prefer your scarf to just be plain, you can go ahead and just leave it like that, but the order that I received requested me to put tassels at the end here, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just grab my yarn and then determine how long I want my tassels to be. I think I wouldn't want them to be so long, so I would want them to be about 4 inches long. So I'm going to cut strings of 8 inches, because 4 times 2 is 8, and we are going to be folding them over like this so that they're 4 inches long. So I'm going to just be cutting random strings of 8 inches. So this is a length of 8. I'm going to just keep doing this. And folding it over like this. So this way we are getting several strings of about 8 inches. We shall level them later, but for now this is what I'm doing. And I want a total of 3 strands at each point. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this, and then make sure you don't move them. You're going to go ahead and also cut the ones on this side. You cut the loops so that we have open ends. So I'm going to get 3 strings of this, fold them over like this, and then I'm going to be attaching tassels every other row. So the very first row, I'm going to go in. I'm going to just count a few stitches in, like 1 or 2 stitches in. So this is 1 stitch in, and then I'll pull through like this, and then pull through this, and that's it. I'll pull this. So this is how my tassels are going to look like. I'm going to grab the next 3 strands and then skip the next row, and then into the next, I'll place a tassel. So this is just a quick way to do it. You can see we've put tassels, and they're about, actually they're about 3 inches, I think, because of the fold, but this is perfectly fine. I don't want very long tassels that can tamper with the comfort of the client. So I'm going to go ahead and keep placing tassels all the way across, and then I'll show you how my scarf will look like at the end. So this is how my tassels have turned out. This is just a random placement every other row, and it's nothing, like none of a big deal. We are going to go ahead and do the same exact thing on the other side, which doesn't have tassels yet. So just turn your work around and then work on this side. Okay, so I'm done with attaching tassels on both ends of my scarf, and this is what it has turned out to be. And yeah, this is how simple and basic this scarf is. It's a unisex scarf, so it can be worn by both men and women. So you should maybe consider making this project for this Christmas for your loved ones. And yeah, this marks the end of this tutorial. I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.